They did it again. They did it again. And you guys know, we know. BTK did it again. And before we even get into this video, let it out now. Leave the comments. BTK traitor. Why'd you vote for GG? Told you so. I know. Trust me, I'm kicking myself I've been kicking myself since like game 3 of the finals that I didn't vote for BTK. Not only was it 50-50, we all knew it from the beginning. At least some of us did. Trust me, there were some others that just swore up and down it was going to be a 4-1 sweep. You know who you are. We'd actually talked about it before the grand finals. Now, it was tough. It was tough. And everything, it's funny, man. I was talking to BTK before the finals, and they were like, who are you voting for? And I was like, I don't know, guys. I'm like, honestly. And I asked them, man, I go, do you guys think you're going to win? And they're like, yeah, we think we can do it. And I was like, all right, you got my vote. I changed my vote to BTK, and then last minute, like the day of show, I changed it back to GG. But anyways, it doesn't really matter. We're not going to get too far ahead because, first and foremost, big shout out to Cold World. Big shout out to Cold World. You have been doing this for a while, and you've always been coming up a little bit short every time. All the way back to the OSP Simpsons days, you've been grinding for an international slot. Well, you finally got it, bro. And I came up to you after the grand finals, and I told you the same thing, and I want to tell you one more time, like, seriously, you deserve this. If there's anyone on the team that I really wanted to see get this, you were one of those people. There was another player that I also wanted to see get it that couldn't make it, but, yeah, we're not going to go either way. You, bro, big shout-out. Big shout-out, man. Mark Cutie as well. You've also never been on an international stage. I'm proud of you. You were on Area 77 back when I was helping Area 77 out and stuff. So big shout out to you as well, man. Seriously, whatever the hell's going on out there on the internet, all that aside, all you guys, I respect all of you guys, man. I've been around with every one of you, and I can't pick and choose sides or anything like that because in the end, respect to all you guys, all right? Now, all that aside, let's get to the meat and potatoes of this. BTK does it again, takes it all the way down to a Game 7, and gets the dub, man. Gets the dub. I'm excited for it. And I think a lot of people are like, I think, whether we like it or not, I think so far, what's been happening in NACT since last spring season has been super healthy for NA, in my opinion. The fact that BTK has won, TOB has won, BTK has won. It's gone back and forth, and it hasn't just been one team dominating anything. Yes, maybe it's been the same 10 players, but even then it hasn't, man. We've seen a lot of different players get to this final spot, whether they're under the BTK roster or under whatever roster. We've been seeing it expand more and more. A year and a half ago, would anyone have thought Cold World was going to be going to an international scene? No. Would anyone have thought that Mark Cutie, an Area 77 player forever, was going to be able to win against another? Like, it's crazy things, man. Not only that, but the season itself. What did I say in the very beginning of this season? Nothing in playoffs is going to be free. Nothing this whole season is going to be free for any team, and it was not. Nothing was going to be free. And I know I keep coming back to that, but I feel like people keep forgetting. From the very beginning, we said nothing this season would be free, and nothing was. Every team had to work for this. BTK had to work for this. GG had to work for this. DA, Area 77, Nighthorde, all of these teams had to work for this. And unless you brought your A game, you were not going to MSC. And this grand finals kind of just was the culmination of it. Also, it just showed, it went all the way down to Game 7, man. At the end of Game 7, you know what I was thinking? I didn't have time to really get to it because there was 3 casters on the desk, but there was one thing I really wanted to say that I didn't get to express. In Game 7, when it got to Game 7, it became a game of mental fortitude. It was no longer really about skill. It was no longer about, all those things. It was who was going to be able to keep it together not only in the game, but during the draft. And what we've seen from these two teams is mainly the draft. Who is going to be able to keep it together in the draft? And GG fell apart in the draft in Game 7, I feel like. They reverted back. They did something that they should have done in Game 1. That's a Game 1 strat. That's a let's test something out. They completely ban Mobazane, even the Carmilla ban. It's like, I saw a clip from Kid Bombo was the same thing. Because literally, because I'm like, well, there was like a clip of him on YouTube playing Carmilla. We're going to ban Carmilla now? We're going to ban Carmilla out? I don't know. I don't know, man. I think in the end, GG, they hit the wall, man. They hit the wall. BTK did not. BTK did not. They kept it together. They kept it together. And they took the dub, man. They took the dub. Now, some of my questions to you guys is, do we think this Grand Finals was as exciting as last spring season when they beat Outplay? For me, this Grand Finals was exciting. It was epic. It was Game 7 material. I think it was a bit more like coming into this series. I think a lot of people thought it was not 50-50, but there was me, Wheezy. I think both of us thought it was 50-50. I think a lot of other people also came into it thinking it was neck and neck. There's been a lot of people in my comment sections that have been talking about how close this match is going to be. So all you guys out there that aren't just a giga fan of either team, you knew coming into this it was going to be down the line. I think anyone who looked at this logically knew it was going to be down the line. So yeah, it's. I think because of that, it was like, because spring season, it was not. Last year when BTK won, it was not 50-50. Outplay really kind of had I think it was more like 70-30, or some would say it was 99.9 to 1%, right? This time I think it was a little bit closer, so it wasn't as unexpected. I also think there wasn't as much like storyline, like there was storyline. It's just, I think there was just something about last season that really like had some spark. This season was still hype, and I think what made this season so exciting is just how close all season has been. Just how close all season has been overall, and that it's because it's felt so 50-50. It's felt like you never really know how this was going to end. Last time we all felt like last season it felt like Outplay just was going to have it, and then there was the big twist at the end, right? This time it was like we were all guessing the whole season. Like all season we've been guessing who's going to come out on top. All season we've been guessing who's going to be able to pull this off, and I think that has its own magic to it overall. It's something that made this so entertaining. Now, BTK, I talked to a lot of the players afterhand. Cole World, super excited. Mama Zane walks up and gives me a hug after. I'm like, bro, I've never gotten a hug from you before. But I think he was just, as per usual, man, the dude was mentally exhausted, man. I think the dude was just, I think there was, I talked to some people talked to him and said he was nervous before. When I talked to him, he seemed pretty confident. I have an interview with him on my phone that I didn't have time to edit and release before Grand Finals. I still might post it, just to post it. But yeah, man, they made it. They made it, man. The boys did it, and I think this is good for NA. I think it's going to be nice to see another team represent NA, you know? I think it's also nice to see Zane get a shot at MSC. Last year there was the issues, right? And what else is cool? I think one of the final activities is, they're still undefeated in the HyperX Arena, man. BTK owns the HyperX Arena. Game 7 buff, HyperX Arena buff, Las Vegas buff. BTK, like, Mobazane has not lost in Vegas. It's pretty epic, man. Las Vegas buff, Game 7, whatever you want to call it, man. The dude's been doing his thing. All of them have been doing their things. I don't know. I just wanted to ramble a bit. I haven't really gotten to talk about it. I haven't really been able to post a live stream. I didn't really do that much content, like live stream content while I was there. I had my reasons. I just had a lot going on. And I apologize for that, guys. So, but yeah, also like it was just a lot. There was like pre-show, like rehearsal. It was a lot. But yeah, man, big shout out to BTK. You guys did it. I can't wait to see you guys in grand finals. To everyone that you know, whether you believe it or not, man, I was Game 7. I was excited. I knew the moment that fanny pick came out, I knew it. I was like, it's a wrap, bro. I was like, it's a wrap. BTK's got this. I was like, it's a wrap. You could hear in my cast when I was like, the panic button is out. I didn't want to like during that finals cast. I didn't want to make it be like sound like I was completely. I had to, but I was like, yo, they're panicking right now. I was like, GG's panicking right now. I don't think I could say that, but I kind of had to say it in a sense of like, they are like they're not like maybe this is confidence or maybe this is them panicking, but they were panicking, bro. Well, that moment, you could tell it was the panic button came out. That was not a, ooh, this is my trap card strategy. That was a, damn, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? When I think really if GG just would have kept things normal, they could have won. I think if GG would have just kept things normal, they could have won. But also in game, we're going to do a full analysis video, I think, on a lot of the games. And talk about that too. We'll probably do a full 7-game analysis video, which will be like an hour or so or more. Like, it'll probably be a long video. Let me know if you guys want a full analysis video, like a full all-in-one, or a game-by-game. Game 1 analysis, Game 2 analysis, Game 3, Game 4, Game 5, Game 6, Game 7 analysis. Thank you guys for listening to me ramble. I'm out.